On the side of New York, on Devon you be, lives a guy creating talk.
The Witch's Tale. The fascination of the eerie, weird, blood-chilling tales told by old Nancy, the Witch of Salem, and Satan, her wise black cat. They're waiting for you now.
102-year-old I be today. Yes, sir. 102-year-old. Well, Satan, if you'll tell folks to douse their lights, we'll be getting down to business. That's it, nice and dark. We want lots of shadow for this birdie bedtime story. Now crawl up to the fire and gaze into the embers. Gaze deep into them, and soon you'll see a tremendous spa-like room in New York City. It's called a studio. At one end stands a great, big, ugly man who's posing. In the center, a little handsome man who is modeling an enormous heap of clay into a statue of a god. The old Norwegian got his strength from thunder, and that's what you came here about tonight. The statue of Thor. The statue of Thor!
Can you hold that pose another 5 minutes, Olaf?
Yeah, Mr. Addy. I've been never tired when I pose for you.
You certainly have a treasure in Olaf. Neely scarcely moved a finger in half an hour.
Yes, quite the perfect model. The poor chump hasn't brains to become tired.
Neil.
Oh, you don't worry about that, Mr. Bingham. I don't mind that Mr. Addy yokes. Most everyone yoke like that with Olaf. When I used to be a wrestler, my manager say every day to me, Olaf, you big Swede, if you've got brains in your head like you've got muscles in your body, you'll be wrestling champion of the world.
But Olaf has a sense of humor too, Arnold. As a joke on his manager, he never became wrestling champion of anywhere.
Yeah, that's right. Excuse. I should not laugh. It break the pose.
Oh, I don't care about what you do with your face. It's your body I'm copying.
Yeah, I forget. My face is not so good.
All right, for a comic Valentine, but I'm working on the statue of a god.
Don't let him talk to you like that, Olaf. Your face is all right, and so is your brain. And you have the most superb body of any man I've ever seen.
Yeah? You've been talk sarcastic, Mr. Bingham. I don't like sarcastic yoke.
Sarcastic?
All right, that's enough for one day's work. Go and put on your clothes, Olaf.
So soon?
I'm bored. Come the same time tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, I be here. Can I look at the work we do this afternoon?
Help yourself.
Oh, that statue, he been beautiful. And to think he been really me.
From the neck down, you're Thor the Thunderer.
Too bad my face be not so good. I would like him to be me all over.
I'll use my imagination and another model for the face. Go put on your clothes and get out of here.
Tomorrow, we finish statue maybe. You and me.
You know, he considers himself as much the creator of this statue as I am.
You'd better watch your nasty tongue with that fellow, Neil. If he ever discovers your insults are not intended as jokes, he might break you in two.
He never discovers anything.
Yes, unfortunately, you have the ability to inspire devotion in people who should rightfully despise you.
God only knows why.
I know you're a supercilious prig, a selfish snob, an absolute conscienceless libertine. Yet I still put up with you.
That's because you hope to be around when just retribution overtakes me for my sins, I suppose.
No, I cease to hope for that.
Well, now, what do you think of my statue of Thor? Not that I value your opinion.
I don't expect you to. Well, it's like all your previous work. Magnificent in execution.
Ah, thanks, I agree.
But, like all your previous work, it lacks the very thing a true artist would have put into it.
Oh, now you're going to tell me that it has no soul. Thor was a pagan old chap. He enjoyed life in those delightful days before souls were invented.
Oh, why don't you be serious about your work? Neil, you're a superb sculptor. If you wished, you might someday stand with the immortals.
Oh, the immortals were a very stupid lot who loved work at the exclusion of pleasure. Fame and the monument after I'm dead aren't nearly so tempting as good liquor and beautiful women while I'm still alive. Which reminds me, have a drink.
Are you going to continue to throw your talents away?
Oh, I don't call it that. I play with art because it amuses me. If I took it seriously, it would cease to amuse.
So your entire life is to be simply around an amusement?
And the quest for new sensations.
For a momentary thrill and a new sensation, I believe you'd commit a murder.
That's an idea. I'll recall your suggestion next time I'm terribly bored. Well, here's to crime.
I've been ready to go now, Mr. Addy.
So I see. Here's a man up to your own heart, Arnold. A sober, conscientious worker who doesn't dally on the wayside. Notice how rapidly he dressed, for example. And now he stands before us, Arnold, the perfect portrait of a well-dressed man.
Well, I go now. Tomorrow, the finished statue, maybe. You and me?
I hope so. I'd like to have it ready for casting this month, if possible.
Oh, it's been so beautiful, that statue. Too bad my face been not so good. I would like it to be me all over.
Yes, we've already settled that point. Get out, Olaf.
Yeah, I go now. Oh, Mr. Addy. Mr. Addy, I gonna get married.
Olaf, you are going to get married.
Yeah.
Well, this is a surprise.
Oh, my congratulations, Olaf.
Oh, I thank you, Mr. Bingham.
Where did you find her? An asylum for the blind?
She come from Minnesota.
Well, what do you want me to do about it?
Mr. Addy, my Hedwig, she never see anything of me except my homely face. I like her to see this statue.
All right, bring your girlfriend in sometime.
Could I bring her now?
Now?
Yeah, she been wait on the street outside to meet me when I get to work. I can have her here in just 1 minute.
Well, go and get her then.
Oh, I thank you.
Oh, not at all. I'm curious to see what the woman looks like who can plan to marry you.
I come right back with Hedwig, Mr. Addy. I come right back.
Prepare yourself for a vision of beauty, Arnold, who wears number 13 shoes.
Neil, I know you have no humanity in your system, but try to remember you were bred a gentleman. Don't insult that poor devil's sweetheart when she gets here.
I'll accord her all the old world courtesy a female would command. Such a female that would choose a man as Olaf for a bridegroom.
Oh, I can't stand to see you muck them.
Oh, I've never had an affair with a truly ugly woman before.
Neil.
Oh, what fun it would be to steal Big Olaf's sweetheart.
Oh, you're only joking, of course.
Am I? You lack all the appreciation of the more subtle joys of life, Arnold. Why do you suppose I have that big idiot around me? Because he's my opposite in everything. Now, opposites attract, but they don't assimilate. In fact, there's a constant war between them. It amuses me to prove the superiority of mind over matter, my type over his.
Be careful that such an amusement doesn't become dangerous.
Oh, small chance. If you recall your mythology, old chap, Thor, with all his giant strength and magic hammer, never proved a match for tiny Loki and his nimble brain.
He did at last. And then Odin came to his aid with the thunderbolt of justice.
I see you not only recall your mythology, but still believe in it. But don't be alarmed by Olaf's sweetheart. On the pure consideration I couldn't arouse an odd interest in any female who would prove so unattractive.
This way, Hedwig. This way. We are here, Mr. Addy. Hedwig, I want you to meet my boss, Mr. Addy. This is Hedwig.
This is Hedwig.
Yeah. This time Olaf make a joke. I bet you expect, Mr. Addy, that Hedwig would be homely just like me. I do not tell him, Hedwig, that you are more pretty than a picture.
Oh, you're right, Olaf. This time the joke's on me. Miss Hedwig, I can't express the great delight I have in meeting such a very lovely girl.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Addy. Olaf has told me lots about you.
Oh, you must learn much more about me from myself. Allow me to present Mr. Bingham.
Delighted.
How do you do?
Olaf make joke. He make a first-class joke.
Yes, splendid, dear Olaf. A capital joke. And it's taken away my boredom and promised a new sensation.
Neil?
I don't understand.
You will, Miss Hedwig, as we become acquainted.
We show you now this statue.
By all means, Miss Hedwig, gaze upon Thor the Thunderer.
He's me, Hedwig. My body.
Oh, it's beautiful.
You'll note the face is still unfinished. I'm using another model for that.
Please, Neil.
That's because my face is not so good. But the body, Hedwig, that is me.
Yes, yours is the body of Thor, who is strongest of gods and men. No one could beat him. No one could take anything from him.
You hear that, Hedwig? I am like that too, by golly. Any fellow will find that out who tries to take you away.
And no one ever dared to take anything away from Thor, except Loki.
Who was Loki?
Oh, just a weak little chap, like me.
I shouldn't have come again, Neil. I'm afraid.
Oh, my dear Hedwig, Olaf hasn't brains enough to suspect us.
Perhaps I wouldn't be so nervous if we weren't in this studio with that statue facing us and watching us every time you kiss me.
Oh, it doesn't watch with Olaf's face.
Oh, but it has his huge body with all those bulging muscles.
Formidable, aren't they? Those hands could tear us into tiny pieces.
Oh, don't say such things.
All right, since the remote prospect frightens you so much. But that clay model won't be here to bother your conscience much longer. It's finished. Now, tomorrow, I start to prepare the molds, and next week, I'll cast it into bronze.
All right. I know it's silly, but I'll feel easier when it's gone from here.
Oh, you're too much of a coward to properly enjoy this little idol of ours, my dear. One so afraid of being burned as you are shouldn't play with fire.
I know. I couldn't help myself. I've never met a gentleman like you before.
Thank you.
Olaf would kill us if he knew. You don't understand his kind like I do. I was born in this country, but I'm Swedish too and know my people. You think men like Olaf are dumb, but they're not. And they're only going to keep going until they learn someone's doing things against them.
Oh, but that is what gives this game its zest.
Oh, I'm just a game to you.
Oh, of course not. I love you devotedly. Why, thanks to you, I've only been slightly bored. You've provided a new sensation.
Oh, you're so different than other men. I don't understand you, but I'm crazy about you. Oh, who's that?
Mr. Addy, Mr. Addy.
Oh, it's only your butler.
Well, who did you think it was? What do you want, Borden?
I must see you at once, sir.
All right, come in. Now, what's the matter? Why the excitement?
The big Swedish man, sir, your model?
Oh,
Shut up. What about him?
He was just at the door, sir, inquiring for this lady.
he knows I'm here.
He said he had reason to believe you were here, madam. I was able to allay his suspicions and sent him away. But there was a nasty look in his eyes, though.
Oh, he knew I'm here. He'll kill us both.
He doesn't know, or Borden wouldn't have been able to get rid of him. The game becomes more interesting.
Oh, I am just a game to you. Everything is.
Borden, have Peters draw all the curtains in the limousines and bring it to the carriage door for Miss Dannenborg.
At once, sir.
If Olaf's still hanging around, you'll be in that car and away before he has time to investigate. But we mustn't see one another, Hedwig, until after the statue is cast.
Until the statue is...
Then there will be no danger. Loki always bested Thor by striking first.
I don't understand you.
I'm planning an as yet untried temptation, one that Mr. Bingham suggested the day I met you. Olaf and I will play a little game, and Olaf is sure to lose. So, Olaf, the joke's on you again.
Oh, Mr. Addy, you are right. I got no brains. I've been so ashamed to suspect bad things about you and Hedwig.
I forgive you.
But I can't forgive myself. I look for you to kill you with my two bare hands.
Oh, well, I'm glad you didn't find me until after you cooled and heard my explanation. Those hands of yours could tear a little chap like me to pieces.
Oh, I've been so ashamed.
It's all over now. Forget it. There's the foundry, Olaf. Can you hear the furnace roar?
It's been awful good of you to bring me here.
You and I created that statue of Thor together, and I couldn't let it be cast in bronze without you there to see.
I've been terrible excited.
I'll make sure you don't miss a thing. Hello, Brody. Hey, good morning to you, Mr. Addy. Have you got everything ready? Aye, and the mold of your fine statue is waiting in the pit. When you say the word, we'll draw the channel plugs and let the molten metal run. The bronze has already reached the liquid state. Yes, sir. I timed it for the hour you said you'd be here. Shall I draw the plugs now? Not just yet. My friend here has never seen a statue cast. I want to show him around first. You and the boys, get outside and have a smoke. I'll call you when I want you. Much obliged, sir. A breath of outside will help a wee bit. Come on, lads, let's go out.
All right. Yeah.
Now, let's go up on the bridge above the furnace, Olaf.
Ay, Yemeni, it's been hot in here.
It'll be hotter where I'm taking you. Up these iron stairs, Olaf.
I come.
Now, in that pit is the mold of our statue. You'll see that later. It's connected by channels to this furnace. Now, this is called a reverberating furnace, Olaf. The fire is at that end below the chimney, and under this long brick roof, the molten metal lies. It's very hot under that roof, Olaf.
Oh, I bet you. It's been plenty hot up here.
We're just above the roof now. From this bridge, the cold bronze is thrown into those hoppers and down into charging holes.
What been charging holes?
I'll show you. This lever controls their covering.
Aye, such heat.
With the cover off, you can realize how hot it is inside. Underneath that hole is a trough of molten metal.
Yup, and Yemeni.
And this hole is just large enough to fit a strong man's body. Good thing to know if you want to commit the perfect murder.
You always been joking. But I don't want to commit no murder. Close up that hole. It's been too hot.
Look over the rail and see before I close it up.
It's been too hot to come too close.
Aren't you interested in the casting of your statue?
Yeah, that's right. I got to look.
Lean over that rail. Here, just above that hopper.
I've been dizzy from that heat. I'm afraid I lose my balance.
I won't let you lose your balance. Lean over the rail, Olaf. That's right. And now, you brainless fool.
You got my leg. Don't push. I fall. That way, hot metal. Ah! Ah! Ah!
you once again, my friend. Wait! What just happened, Mr. Addy? We heard an awful scream. Scream? Oh, I had a charging hole open. The furnace roared so loud, I called you at the top of my lungs. The scream was you calling me? Yes, let me replace this cover so we can talk in a normal tone. There, that's better. Where's that friend you had with you, Mr. Addy? Oh, it was too hot in here for him. He just went out the other door, said he was going back to town. Did you call for us to pull the plugs now? Yes, but with that hole open, I may have cooled off the metal a bit. You better heap up that fire, Brody. Give it another 5 minutes to make absolutely certain everything will be all right. Then let the metal run into the mold. Just as you see, sir. Come on, lads! Heap up that fire!
Right over here.
I wonder if my statue of Thor will have what all my other works lacked. I've given it what Arnold calls a soul. Awfully good of you, Arnold, to come and help me break off this mold.
Oh, not at all. You know how curious I am to see the statue in finished bronze.
The casting went off without a single hitch. I'm sure the finished work will satisfy our fondest expectations. And I expect much, Arnold. I took your former criticisms to heart. I really labored to give old Thor a soul.
I can't imagine you laboring at anything.
That's because you don't know me so well as you think you do.
I wonder why Olaf's not here. I didn't think anything could keep him away when his statue reached completion.
Yes, his statue. I'm worried about Olaf. You know, they told me at his boarding house that he hasn't been seen since I took him to the foundry.
Doesn't Hedwig know where he is?
She hasn't the vaguest idea. No one has, apparently. He's completely disappeared.
That's funny. I imagine he'll turn up. He may be off on a drunk somewhere. You'll never lose a chap like Olaf.
No, it wouldn't be justice for something tragic to happen to him. And you believe in justice, Arnold?
I told you I ceased to believe in it, because nothing ever happens to you.
Yes, I remember. There, we have the head mold and something loosened now. Help me take it off and we'll expose the face. Careful of the surface underneath. Now.
I've got it. There it goes. Neil? That face is Olaf's. I thought you used another model for the head.
I did! That's not the face of Thor I made.
Then what happened in the casting? Man, you're pale. You're shaking. What's the matter?
Nothing. Arnold, does it seem to you that that statue's eyes are moving?
Yes, they seem to follow you. That bronze face seems alive.
You're imagining things about that statue, Arnold. Olaf's face is the one I modeled on it. And those eyes don't seem to move at all.
You're lying, Neil. The first shock's over now, and you're pulling your nerves together, but you've given yourself away.
Now look.
You turned ghastly white when first you looked on that copper face. You're trembling now with fear. You still can feel those eyes on you.
You're mad. Metal eyes can't move. What reason have I to be afraid?
I'd know that better if Olaf's disappearance were explained. You were with him last. What did you do with him?
I didn't do anything with him. If you're insinuating that I killed him, well, explain what I did with the body, huh? That's the thing you've got to find out when you accuse a man of murder. Find that. Find that.
I'm going to the police. Perhaps they will help me find it.
Call them if you like. They can't prove anything. No one can prove anything. Nothing can harm me. Nothing. Now, get out of here. Leave me alone so I can think.
I don't know why or how you killed that man, but I know that when you did it, you believed justice could be cheated. I'm beginning to believe in justice again, and so are you.
Get out, you fool. Get out! Get out!
I'm going! To leave you with your conscience, and that statue's knowing eyes.
Get out! Get out! Get out! Oh, God. Olaf's face instead of the one I modeled. Maybe his soul is in that statue. No, that's rot. But those eyes, my back turned and I can feel them on me. Thor never proved a match for Loki until Odin came to his aid with thunderbolts of justice. Oh, that's madness. Oh! It must be going to rain. But it's thundering. It's just natural thunder. What's that? What's that? Who's that?
Miss Dannenborg is calling, sir. This way, miss.
Neil, dear.
Come in. Borden, leave us.
Yes, sir.
You're not angry because I'm here, Neil. You told me not to come again until the statue was finished. I couldn't stay away any longer. It seemed I just had to be with you.
Why did it seem that way? Why?
Because I longed for you, I suppose.
Yes, that was it. It wasn't because he wanted us together.
He? What do you mean, Neil? Have you heard from Olaf?
Yes, I heard from him today.
Where is he?
He's where he can't hurt me. Can't hurt me. I'm glad you came. I didn't want to be alone, and the statue is finished, Hedwig.
Is that it there?
Yes.
Why haven't you taken off the mold?
I have from the face, but the body is still held prisoner.
I want to see it.
No! Don't go near it. Don't look at its face. Don't let its eyes see you.
Neil, what's the matter?
Nothing.
You haven't even kissed me yet.
I'll kiss you now. I'm not afraid.
Well, why did you push me away?
That thunder startled me.
Thunder?
Yes, there must be quite a storm outside.
The sun was shining when I came in. I heard no thunder.
You heard no thunder?
No.
Then it's in this room. It's coming from the statue.
The statue?
Look! The mold is cracking. It's falling from the bronze.
Oh, the statue is moving. Oh, it has Olaf's face.
And it has Olaf's soul. I put it there, crying Thor, the Thunderer. He waited for a day when you and I would be together.
It's coming towards us.
Its eyes are on me. I can't move.
Oh, it's reaching out its arms.
For me.
And for me.
It's crushing me.
Crushing.
Oh, it seems, Olaf, the joke's on me at last.
Well, that's the end of that one, Satan. And the moral is, don't get fresh with great big sweet. You folks come see us again on my birthday, and we'll have another cheerful yarn to tell.
You have been listening to The Witch's Tale. Today's cast included Nancy Albertson as the old witch Nancy, Cody Mitchell as Neil, Craig Howard as Olaf, David Brown as Arnold, and Adele Cohan as Hedwig. Today's episode, The Statue of Thor, was written by Alonzo Dean Cole. Join us again next time for another episode of The Witch's Tale. This is the Altaira Broadcasting System.